Hello everybody, Kate here today with another episode of our Aquarium series, and today we are continuing on with our saltwater tank project or section of the aquarium, adding in 3 new tanks today in a slightly shorter video than last episode because I don't really have the time today to do that. But anyway, important things, fun things, many things, yes. Today we do 2 of the larger tanks for this section, being sea turtles and a manta ray zebra shark tank, which is really cool. It was actually a lot of fun, and I hope you guys think they're really cool. I really enjoyed building them. I don't know why I'm talking about it as if you guys won't see that, but you are, and it's fun and awesome, and yeah. But as for this whole area, it was kind of weird planning this out. I went through a lot of ideas on how this whole area is going to go because I suddenly realized, oh wait, I've got to connect this up with the rest of the build and the building and so much other stuff that has to go into planning these areas now. So yeah, it's getting kind of complicated, but we're doing a good job, and this whole build really is just coming together. I'm very excited to just kind of keep working on it. We're getting pretty close to finishing the main aquarium building itself now. To be honest, I think we maybe only have like maybe 3, maybe 4 more episodes on this building itself before we move on to some of the periphery buildings and I guess finish the series. But yeah, that's actually crazy to think about. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and yeah, anyway, you can see there we've got 2 main tanks there. They were originally going to be 1, but I don't know, I kind of felt like the 2 tank system worked a bit better and made a bit more sense than having just 1 mega tank, although both would have looked really cool, who knows. I ended up going for this though. Also, I decided to try out something somewhat based on a comment I saw, which was why not try using a concrete instead of a what was it, a stone background. Now I think this may have been directed at the stingray and other touch pool exhibits from the last episode, but I did think it'd be an interesting thing to try, so I went for a blue concrete for the back of these tanks, and I do actually really love how this turns out. I don't know, it does kind of give you that illusion that the ocean does kind of go, or the water goes way farther on than it really does. I don't know, it kind of removes some of the depth of the tank, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, really awesome exhibits. Also, you can see back there, we also set up an octopus exhibit because, well, that was highly requested and I kind of wanted to do it. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna let the rest of this play out. It's not too much longer, and then I'll catch back up with you guys to build the interiors. Oh, also real quick, I do actually start building some of the interiors, you'll see, but don't worry, we do all the decorations on camera, so yeah. Anyway, see you guys in just a second. All right, everyone, and here we are with what we have of today's build. So, obviously continuing off last episode where we started off our saltwater tanks, today we are continuing that with 3 brand new ones, hopefully. You will notice I actually did a fair bit of work on the first 2, just because I don't want this to be another hour-long episode, because, yeah, we can't have too many of those. At any rate, so today is gonna be just another busy day full of lots of exhibits, hopefully. We're gonna focus on these 2, and if I feel like I have enough time, we'll get around to this 3rd one here. But we're getting 2 of our big Coral Reef tanks in today, and I'm actually really excited about that. And you know what? I really should have filled these with water beforehand. I'm realizing now, you know what? Let's see. If I just do like, let's say like this, right? And then we go to like, I don't know, like here, and we just do // place air, water. And will that fill out? No. Okay, so we still need a water bucket. So that's a bit unfortunate, but that just saved us a lot of time there. I have also realized for what this particular tank is kind of meant to be, this may be... I may have made this tank a bit too deep. Not deep as in like, you know, like, oh, the water's too deep for the animals or anything, but more just, it might go too far back, in all honesty, which means it might be really hard to see most of the exhibit once it's like filled in, but we'll see. Let me quickly check my settings. Sorry, my we had a few restart issues earlier in the day, and I suddenly realized, oh, I didn't check all my game settings to make sure they all were good, but it looks like they're all okay. And let's just continue filling this in. And hopefully this will all turn out all right. Hopefully. You know, that's all we can really do. Hope it works. Oh man, I need to I should have set this up better. I honestly, though, I should have filled this all up before I started recording. That would have been a really smart idea, because then we could have just immediately gone into the action of decorating, which is probably the most fun part of the video, I think, at least. Let's see if we can just get rid of, there we go. All right, so there we go. This one's full now, which is awesome. So let's see, we need to do like from, oh, I guess we can just do like from here till if we, well, let's see, but that will fill this in. So we're gonna be very smart, and to keep water from filling in out here, we will just do that. That way there's no air there. So, oh, but there's also air over here. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, wait, so we did that, and then we can go like, let's see, here, I guess? Yeah, so then we can do that command again. All right, and then we can do like this, I think. And yeah, that just leaves a little section over here, which we should pretty easily be able to work with. And voila. There we go. We have accomplished science. Or water physics. Either or, really. Except for the fact that there's a massive problem there. Oh boy. Let's just try and figure that out. Okay, that's fixed it? No. Has this fixed it? Yes. I am a genius. Not really, but you know, we can pretend. We can have an imagination occasionally. I say that like my whole thing is built off just trying to be imaginative. Okay. So first off, lighting being a very important thing for building exhibits. Not sure if people were aware of that, but the ability to see is quite often very important for a zoo. And if you can't see anything, it's not really that good of a zoo. Then again, that's a pretty big critique against my own builds, isn't it? Just be like, if you can't see it, it's not a very good zoo. Me throwing in like a billion trees into every single enclosure and like doing super dense foliage all the time for no other reason than foliage. When you mean to make it like a statement just about like, oh yeah, this is good advice for decorating a zoo, and then you realize you don't even follow that advice. Kind of says something about your own builds, but you know what, we're gonna pretend that doesn't mean anything. I do not like having so many sea lanterns in there, but it is kind of necessary to have them, isn't it? Anyway, we're gonna stop, you know, just bemoaning that, and instead have a bit of fun just chucking in decorative stuff like kelp and coral, because those are awesome. You know, it would have been a really good idea, I think, if I had actually, let's just throw a bit more kelp in like this and like that and like this, and I'm thinking I maybe should have gotten some coral blocks. Oh, we also have light up coral. I forgot about that. Ha! Super light up coral. Means fewer, what are they called? Sea lanterns! Maybe, perhaps, mayhaps. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think. I haven't used this. Ooh, I kind of like that. As like just a little like ground floor covering type thing. It's cool. And yeah, we're just gonna chuck stuff around. Why not? Purple coral. We just want really bright, colorful exhibits for this because these are our reef exhibits, so they should be colorful and exciting looking and I don't know, all sorts of stuff. Hopefully not boring and dull like me. Anyway, let's see, we need to, what do we need? I want to get some of this stuff out here. These coral rocks, because they kind of, on that plate coral. I love the look of the plate coral. Well, actually, I just like all the corals that that the mods add. They just really make it, oh, oops, nope, don't want to do that. They just really, you know, bring a lot of vibrancy and color to the exhibits. Anyway, let's see how that's looking. Not bad, not bad. It feels a little bit plain at the very back. We could add more kelp back there. We could just add like an almost like solid line of kelp at the very back of the enclosure. Try and like, well, I say almost solid line. I'm like putting down 3 things. Not really a solid line there, is that? But that could add some interest to the very back of the enclosure. Yeah, it's all right. I feel like I'm missing something. What did I do with these ones? Well, I guess they're just much smaller enclosures and they're also just more densely packed, I guess. Is that an airplane? That is a low-flying airplane. That's very noisy. Not a big fan. Not a fan indeed. You know what, actually? You know what would be a good idea, Caden? Let's, actually, marble. Ah, here we, oh, wait, these aren't gonna work, are they? What is it? Oh, they could work. Ooh, yeah. Postured stone. Whoops. We can like take some of these because they should look pretty cool or interesting. We need like a proper pillar one. Okay, so none of those are pillars. That is irritating. So we'll go back to the marble idea because I'm pretty sure, yep, marble pillar. And we'll get another type as well. And we can just do like the, you know, the tried and true trope of doing kind of like, you know, Atlantean type pillars or whatever. Atlantis ruins inside of saltwater aquariums. I don't know why that's a massive trope, but it does seem to be one. Like, I feel like most aquariums have something like that. Also, for anyone who's about to ask, will I do a shipwreck? Maybe. I was considering that today, but I didn't really feel like I had enough time to really work out the logistics of how I would get that done and, you know, then actually get that done. So not today, but maybe in a future episode, because we got a couple more of these tanks to build. For the saltwater section, or our reef section, I guess, tropical section. I don't really know what I want to call it yet. A section full of cool things. Yes, yes. Let's get some fire coral because that's a cool sounding name, and we'll get some of this because it's pink and therefore colorful. There we go. Go. Mixed coral rocks. Just kind of dot some of these around. That already actually looks about 1 billion times better than it did. At least I think so. And you know what? Let's actually do a proper thing here and actually test out some of the animals. So this is going to be the one with our hawksbill. There's some pufferfish in there, a clownfish, and a tang? I don't know. Honestly, by the way, like I said last time, the fish in these saltwater tanks, it's not like, you know, the previous tanks where we're gonna like separate the fish out. These are just throw a ton of colorful fish in together to kind of make things look cool. But there is turtle number 1. Is that a little baby turtle? Is it a baby turtle? Oh, that's super cute. And we have another turtle. All right, I think 3 should be good, and then we can throw in some pufferfish. And we'll throw in some clownfish. And they're all spawning above me because that's what they do. And we'll spawn in some of these. Oh, they're very... some of them are kind of colorful. And let's look at this from down here. I actually really like that. Oh, I completely forgot. Manta rays. Those are one of the animals. I think actually, let me just type in turtle. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was pretty sure I had a leatherback turtle and a green sea turtle. Honestly, I feel like this exhibit's not busy enough. Oh my gosh, they're so derpy. Come on, derp. Oh, did it just, it's like kind of escaping. Okay, I'll get a net and like throw it back in its exhibit, but that... sometimes the derpiness of these animals just catches me off guard. I am going to remember, of course, for this, because I don't really want people shouting at me, even though it is Minecraft and they don't technically need this. I am going to throw a space of air above the tank, so that way the turtles don't technically suffocate, even though they won't, because again, it's Minecraft, and Minecraft has not modeled that kind of behavior for the animals. I don't think, at least, especially since some of these animals are Aquatic Odyssey, and I can tell you for sure, those definitely don't have the most sophisticated behaviors, considering I feel like most of them are just basically the squid AI. But anyway, there we go. I like that. We got like a big turtle exhibit, which is really cool. Oh, we should throw another leatherback in there, shouldn't we? And we'll throw in another green sea turtle. All right, there we go. There we go indeed. God. Is it drowning? Okay, so they can drown. Well, it's good, you know what? It's good we did put the air there then. I don't think the ZAWA ones do that, so I wasn't really expecting that to be a problem. I feel like we need bigger fish as well. But we'll deal with that in a minute. Anyway, we're gonna come over to here now because I don't know, it's the next one on the list, you know. And let's just get some varietous blocks and chuck them around. And actually, I will take my glowing coral first and just kind of liberally chuck them around the enclosure, trying to get a bit of light without using sea lanterns, although we will throw a couple of sea lanterns just around the viewing area like that. And yeah, and then probably a couple in the rocks to light this area up a bit, and I guess we'll have to throw a few in the floor because I forget that underwater exhibits are super duper dark, and there's not really a great way to light them without just spamming sea lanterns or glowstone and all that kind of stuff, which honestly, not a big fan of. It's kind of annoying that you have to ruin like the natural... Oh, because it's like, I guess... Oh yeah, because I just realized like, if this was like 1.16 or so, we could just use sea pickles, couldn't we? And those would just light everything up for us. And I'm really sad now that I don't have access to those, because that would be amazing. Also, we're gonna go get rid of all the animals real quick from our inventory, so that way they're not like clogging everything up. Also, for those wondering, I was originally considering combining both of these into just one mega tank, but I still have a mega tank kind of planned, and I kind of didn't think this was going to be that one. In fact, I think our mega tank may actually come out over here somewhere and then join up back over here. Also, I should address that real quick. There was a comment on one of the last videos basically just asking about if or if not I'm going to finish the building itself, like, you know, actually build up all the walls and whatnot. And yes, I will be doing that, hopefully, at some point. I think the plan currently is just we're gonna wait till we finish building all the tanks first and get all the pathways situated. And then we'll do like a big episode where we just, you know, chuck in everything, chuck in all the rest of the walls, and that'll probably just be a time-lapse episode, you know. We're not gonna like spend an entire like 6-hour video just me placing down walls and whatnot. All right, and let's get a sea lantern back there, and I completely forgot to put the seagrass into the other one, but that's okay. You know what? It'll give them a little bit of you know, difference. It'll separate the tanks out a little bit, you know. It's always good, make them a bit distinct, so that way they don't all look the same. Also, if you're wondering why did I use blue concrete, although I'm sure I answered this in the time lapse, although you know what, I'm never really sure what I'm going to say in the time lapses since I record these before I record the time lapses. I don't know. I feel like I remember someone commenting something about me using those instead of just going for stone, because I guess we use stone everywhere, don't we? So throwing a different kind of concrete would be kind of cool. And I do actually like the look of the blue concrete. It feels like, you know, I don't know, it makes it feel, to me at least, like there's a bit more of an ocean behind it. I was originally considering throwing in a bit of prismarine or maybe a lighter blue concrete in, just to kind of give it a bit more differentiation. Also, I kind of want to see how that looks in the very back like that. That's not too bad. Okay. I feel like we need more height in this. We need more rocks. So let's get the stone out, and because the coral can't go on the cobblestone, I don't think. So like that. Okay, and we'll get like a couple, we'll throw in another one. Will we? Maybe. Yeah, let's throw in another one like right back in this corner, just to kind of, you know, add a bit of life to the back of the exhibit, you know, give it a bit of interest, make it look a bit less dull. All right, there we go. And of course we'll throw the pillars in as well later. But let's just kind of do some stuff like that, and throw some more coral there. And where's my kelp? We'll throw some kelp in here. It's now suddenly occurring to me kelp may not be the best plant for a coral reef, but you know what? I don't care at this point. I am going to continue to use the block, or the plant, because it looks cool and it adds some height to the exhibit that is very much needed, considering most of what we're placing is about a block high, and that doesn't lead to very interesting looking terrain for the most part. Anyway, let's get the ooh, that's kind of cool looking. We can like throw in some extra pillars, and we'll have to use a second kind of pillar over here. Like that, and like that. Again, very much wish I was in 1.13, so that way we had like more cool water decorations and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, of course, we're stuck here, and there's unfortunately not much I can do about that. Although hopefully down the line, when ZAWA updates and we do go to a 1.16 zoo, we'll probably, like I've said before, we'll probably do another aquarium. Not like a massive one like we've done here, but we'll probably do another small aquarium in that zoo, just to kind of give us a chance to actually try out some stuff like that, and get to try out the new water physics with a, you know, aquarium, and get to mess with all the cool stuff that get added with that I really, really want right now. It kind of kills me that I can't do anything with those. Like, there's so much cool stuff I would love to be able to do, and we just, it's annoying. But hey, you know what? The mods are updating, so you know what? I should be thankful for that at least. At least we know the mods are coming to this version, and that's awesome, and I'm very excited. But hey, regardless, you know what? This is also turning out to be a pretty cool build, and I am very happy with overall how our aquariums turned out. Considering the limitations, we've built something that's pretty overall impressive, I would say. Pretty overall impressive. Look at that! That's actually really good. Yeah, that's pretty good. We do need to throw a sea lantern in that back area, though. Another reason why I would love to have sea pickles, we could just chuck them on rocks, and that would work really, really well. We need some lighting back here. You know what, we'll just chuck a sea lantern in that wall. It's not gonna look super pretty, but it'll light that area up a bit. All right, and now for the animal we're gonna chuck in there. What was the big one for that? I think I was gonna chuck a shark in there, but was I gonna do the zebras and the nurse sharks? I don't remember. We are gonna do manta rays for sure in there. We'll do a zebra shark. Yeah, because I don't want to do the full shark yet. And then we have some angelfish, the fishy. We have another clownfish, and another pufferfish. There we go. So it'll kind of be different from the previous one. I should have expected the derp. I really should have expected the derp, and I don't know why I didn't expect the derp, but the derp has hit, and that was hilarious looking. All right, let's get a lot of fish in here. Come on. And some angelfish, and a zebra shark. Actually, we can check like a couple of zebra sharks in here. I may have chucked too many zebra sharks in now, but you know what? I'm gonna live with that. Also, let's get the glass going over the top of this first, because if I don't do that, I'm going to have problems with fish jumping out of the tank, which I don't really want to deal with. So, did something just die? I feel like I heard something taking damage, and part of me wonders if that was the sea turtles, once again, not swimming to the surface of their own volition, which honestly, if I was a sea turtle, I don't really get why I wouldn't want to swim up to the surface if that's where I breathe. But you know what? It's an Aquatic Odyssey mob. I think it's probably missing a few brain cells and maybe a couple of chromosomes. Yeah, poor Aquatic Odyssey. I feel like I make fun of that mod too much. It is cool, you know, even if the animals don't necessarily work super duper well. For this being 1.12, it is really cool to have a lot of extra animals which we can use. Oh my gosh, these guys are so derpy. I love them. I absolutely adore this. All right. All right, how do we escape? How do we escape? There we go, escape. All right, and let's... Ironically though, incredibly ironically, since most of these animals are moe creatures, right? They're all swimming to the surface. But the zebra sharks are actually, of all things, the one animal that's swimming super close to the surface, or not the surface, to the glass, and therefore is the best working animal in that enclosure. Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. Wow. All right, you know what, let me think. Do we have enough time? I think we have enough time. Yeah, we have enough time. Let's get the octopus thrown into the aquarium. Because why not? You know what? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a reward for sitting through that nonsense, and now we'll get the octopus in as well. Because why not? Also, for someone, I think someone asked about the, what animal was it? The jellyfish, and if I would do a really dark jellyfish exhibits, like they kind of glow and whatnot. And I really do like that idea, so I think we will be doing a second, bigger, more proper jellyfish exhibit inside of the, what is it called? The abyssal section, where we'll be throwing, you know, obviously our anglerfish and whatever other abominations I managed to find. I think there is a vampire squid, but once again, I believe it's Aquatic Odyssey, which means, it's interesting. I feel like the motto for Aquatic Odyssey is like it's like that Todd Howard thing. It just works. Doesn't necessarily work well, but it does work, and that's all that really matters. It's getting me the animals I need, and you know what? That's really all I can ask of it. just get me some extra animals to use. Oh, I'm kind of losing my mind if you guys can't tell. I'm sure you guys can. You guys are like, what happened to Caden? Did he like lose his Did he like go insane? And the answer to that would actually be kind of, yeah, I did kind of go insane. Yeah, but I typically go insane, don't I? Don't I? All right, there we go. And now it is time to fill this with water. Oh, we can just use this would actually be a really good exhibit that just uses the world edit command. Right? Yeah. And then that should work perfectly, actually. Aside from that, you know, aside from it flooding the entire aquarium, like a nerd, that worked out pretty well. Okay, I wonder if we can avoid just using the, whoops, we can't place the things right up by the glass. I wonder if we can just straight up avoid using the sea lanterns by instead just using the glow coral. I'm kind of doubting that's going to like 100% work, but if it does, that would be really, really cool. And then we can do like some whoops, no, work with me, please. Yeah, we can just throw some seagrass and some of this blue, and we'll go for the red coral over here. And this is once again also becoming kind of overcrowded with various corals, but I actually really like the look of that because, I don't know, it's got like a very colorful feel to it. I don't know. I actually really love that for some reason. I don't know why, but that in particular is really nice. All right, so we can now just throw the traditional, as some may say, glass covering over the top of the enclosure, like that. And now we just, where's my octopus? There we go. Okay, that is a bigger octopus than I was expecting. There are several octopus octopi? I think it's octopi. I think there's several octopi on this, because that looks like the, what is it? It's like the Great Pacific, or the Giant Pacific octopus. And I had spawned one in earlier, and it was a much smaller octopus. That was really pretty. I mean, this guy's cool looking though, so we'll keep him for now. He shall be, I need to get a sign. What is it? He shall be Clive the octopus. I like that. All right, well, that's that done. So I am now going to go and get, what is it? The shaders put on, and I will show you guys the exhibits with the shaders. All right, and here are the builds with a roof and proper. Oh, there it is. Whoa, that kind of spooked me. Okay, but that's cool looking. But yeah, the final builds, and I have to say, that dark blue concrete plus the light that these now have, like, oh, that actually looks fantastic. Like, this one looks really good, and I really love this one. Ironically, again, for me not being like, oh, I spawned too many zebra sharks. I think I spawned a perfect amount because they're like the only thing that's swimming close enough to the tank glass for you to see it really well. Except for this beautiful little manta ray, which is just like hanging out with us, you know? Enjoying life, living it to the best. But yeah, I think this is really cool. I am very happy, guys. I don't know, like, I'm really happy with how this series is turning out. With the builds we've been able to put together, I think this really is just a fantastic world, and I'm very excited to keep going with it. But also kind of sad at the same time because, like I mentioned last episode, we're kind of rounding off the series. We don't really have too many things left. We have, like I said, of course, we do have another massive tank over here that's going to be like, I'll spoil it, our big like tiger shark tanks, that we're gonna have a really big tank with the tiger sharks in it, and it's gonna look really cool, and we'll throw in some really cool fish with that as well. And of course we have our abyssal section, but after that we're done with the main building, and we just have to kind of cap it off. And then we've got whatever additional buildings we throw over here for the porpoises or the Arctic animals, but I would say we're probably pretty close to about halfway through the series, if not just over it now, which is really weird to think of, but yeah, we've made it pretty far. But so yeah, I guess I don't know why I'm going on a tangent about that, but I guess in regards to that, thank you all so much for the support for the series. It's been really motivating to keep going, and I'm glad you guys have been enjoying everything so far. Yeah, let me know what you guys' favorite tank out of today's were. I think this one is my favorite, in all honesty. It wasn't before I put shaders on, but now that I've put shaders on, it definitely is. I love the lighting of this. I don't know, I love how it looks, and I love the fact that that we actually have animals swimming at like glass level, whereas, you know, this tank, although the turtles look fantastic, everything's swimming up at the surface, so it's kind of hard to see, and Clive is just a madman. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's really all I've got for today, guys. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have all enjoyed today's episode. I hope you're all looking forward to more of this. And yeah, until next time, guys, see ya.